What's going on TikTok? My name is McAdoo, and I have a very important message to relay today. For the first time in 25 years, the Office of Management and Budget plans on revising the way the government collects data on race and ethnicity. Fortunately, this is a transparent process, and they are taking recommendations from concerned citizens like you and me. Now, as it currently stands in 2023, a multi-generational American like myself who descends from enslaved people from Virginia and South Carolina is classified as belonging to the same group as first and second generation Americans from African, Caribbean, and Latin American countries. Many would argue that the current Black or African American category amounts to ethnic erasure, as it relies on the pseudoscientific belief that common skin color matters more than unique culture, customs, and ethnic identity. And when it concerns the descendants of U.S. chattel slaves, that ethnic erasure is elevated to paper genocide, as it completely disregards the unique disadvantages that my people face as a result of the institution of chattel slavery, black codes, convict leasing, Jim Crow, redlining, and the many massacres committed by the state and state-functioned white supremacist terrorist organizations. If the U.S. government wants to finally rectify the original sin of chattel slavery, then a simple apology by the Congress or president is not enough. This is the first step towards making things right. The OMB must consider the distinguishments between race and ethnicity in their new revisions. So I know what you're asking. What should we recommend the OMB do? Fortunately, the precedent for this issue has already been set in the state of California. In June of 2022, Section 14 of Senate Bill 189 was passed. This means that data collection for state employees will now be disaggregated on the basis of race and ethnicity. It also created the new category of African American descendants of persons enslaved in the United States. This historic feat could not have been achieved without the hard work of reparative justice organizations such as the Coalition for a Just and Equitable California and the National Assembly of American Slavery Descendants Los Angeles, as well as the full support of California State Secretary Shirley Weber. As the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The National Assembly of American Slavery Descendants recommends that the OMB makes a revision that acknowledges that Black is a race and African American descendants of persons enslaved in the United States is a unique ethnicity. Until this distinguishment is made, the U.S. government cannot properly address our access or lack thereof to equitable housing, education, justice reform, and the myriad of issues that faces our community. I can hear the detractors now. African American, Jesse Jackson came up with that in his 1984 presidential campaign. But I'm here to tell you that that isn't true. And yes, your ancestors may have used it to define themselves. In fact, the first known recorded usage of the word is from a pamphlet written in 1781. Besides, everyone knows who African Americans are. Look at this app. I mean, you see how influential our culture is all around the world. The issue is that we never had the codified legislative language that made us distinct as an ethnicity, and that's no longer the case. So now that I've convinced you, here's what you have to do. Leave a comment on the OMB's website in favor of NAASD's recommendation of African American descendants of persons enslaved in the United States. This is a once in a 25-year opportunity, so let's make our voices heard. Thank you.